Ding.
All right. Hello, welcome back to Peachtree Morning Show, and we are very happy to see you again. And today is Tuesday, March the 10th, and it's a special day. Special day,
And we just want to wish a very happy birthday to my personal assistant. She's been my assistant for 25 years, and that's Elizabeth van der Pas. And happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elizabeth. Happy birthday to you.
We're going to take some singing lessons at the
We realized that we need to the birthday of Elizabeth. And by the way, we received a very good feedback from our friends Sonia and Edmund. They said they are watching our show every morning before they go to work.
Oh, from Shenzhen.
Yeah, from Shenzhen, China. And then they're both like big entrepreneurs. And they said this little morning show helped them set up the whole day, and they have a better day after watching us. So if you have friends, please recommend them to watch our show. Once you watch it, you will get addicted. Then you will keep watching. And then if you have any questions.
No, we need more questions.
Yes, we are running out of questions.
Yeah, come on.
So, friends all over the world, please send your question, any kind of question you want, to seedquestions@diamondcolor.com, diamondcolorinstitute.com. Okay. So today, we have a very exciting question from Isabel from Germany. Berlin. Okay. Let's check it out.
Isabel Baron, and I live in Berlin. I would like to know which is the key for a long-term happy relationship, and how to successfully overcome situations when I, for example, get annoyed with my partner, or when he gets upset for things I say or do and then gets distant. So thanks a lot for answering my question. Bye.
Okay. By the way, I forgot to introduce us a little bit. If you are new to our video, this is Geshe Michael, who owns this cafe.
This major
cafe in Arizona. It's called Peachtree Cafe. And then this is Alison Zhou from Shenzhen, China, and I'm Stanley Chen. So let's start with the discussion about this question. Isabel from Berlin is asking that what's the key of long-term relationship? So it's about keeping the partner that you have. And then second thing, it's sometimes when people are together, they are irritated with each other. It's not a happy long-term relationship. So what do you guys think?
Well, it seemed like she talked about two steps.
Right.
One is they start to have a little friction. And then secondly, he starts to disconnect. And he starts to be distant, Probably he says, I need a little space today. And he just seems far away. He maybe he's controlling himself and he's not saying angry words, but he still hurts her because he's getting distant. I hear those two questions. So I don't know. We're all in relationships. I'm in a long-term relationship. We just had our 50th anniversary. Not like you guys 50 weeks or something. But trouble comes with each other when you stay with anybody. If you can have trouble with yourself, staying alone in an apartment, you could definitely have trouble with somebody else staying with them in an apartment, for example. And I'd like to, for me, what helps is to realize it's a mirror of myself, or it's coming from me. But is it really true? I think we talked about it the other day. If you are aware that what you see is coming from you, and the way your partner speaks to you is coming from you, then, I don't know, it's supposed to help, right?
Right. Like to control your anger, control your upset level. Do you agree, Xiaoping?
Yeah.
That it's a mirror. Your partner, it's a mirror of you.
But does it help? I mean, it's hard to remember. I don't know. Does it really help? I don't know.
What do you think?
I think to remember that if we can remember that husband or the wife, a partner is our mirror, I think it will help. But the difficult part is to remember this, that the partner is our mirror. Yeah. So,
I think you buy a pen and tape it to your husband, tape it to his forehead.
Then you will remember. Okay. Or sometimes you forget and you hit them with the pen. That's also possible. Yeah. So talking about relationship, we all know it could be a very, very powerful thing.
Yeah.
You know, I heard you saying, Geshe Michael, that you have some advices to people asking you if they should have a partner or not.
Wait. I didn't. That's not my
you.
quotation.
Okay.
The ancient Greek philosopher Socrates said. Somebody asked him, "Should you get married?" And he did have a marriage, and he said, "Yeah, you should get married." And they said, "Why?" And he said, "Well, either you will be very happy,
Okay, that's good. That's what we want.
or you will become a philosopher."
That's something we should chew on. But I think people with partner, they understand this. If you have a great relationship, you can get incredible happiness. But if it goes south, then you could have the opposite. You have a lot of pain. So the second part of her question is about irritation.
Yeah.
So because we also know people who have a long-term relationship who got married. Like in China, when people got married, they, according to the culture, usually they don't tend to get divorced for the kids, for their future. Yeah. But they might not have a happy relationship. Do you guys have any thoughts about having a happy long-term relationship?
Well, I have one idea, and then I want to hear from Xiaoping. But I remember asking my teacher, I have trouble remembering the pen when how can I remember the pen when I have to remember the pen? He said, "Don't worry, you don't have to remember the pen." And I'm like, "What?" And he said, "No, there's no psychological thing you have to do. You don't have to remind yourself. Life will remind you of the pen. Life will bring you trouble." That's like Socrates, like if you have trouble in your relationship, then you start to become a philosopher. You're like,
I see.
What's causing this? And even her she asked the question because she's also became a philosopher.
Yeah. That's a philosophical question.
Yeah. What's going on? What causes that? And I somehow I think you can't get away from the answer that it's coming from you. Somehow that's going to help.
You have a beautiful metaphor. You said once you heard about the pen, you are cursed because you're like bitten by this wisdom.
In a good way.
In a good way. And then somehow you remember. What do you think, Xiaoping?
It reminds, this question reminds me of a very important saying principle in the Asian classes. It says that the start of a qi cure the qi, which means
that
that
seed, right?
The seed.
Right.
Yeah. And so it means that the beginning of a relationship cures the relationship itself. What does it mean? It means that now Isabel, it seems that you already have a relationship. So that means that we planted the seeds before, so we have a partner, we have a relationship. But every minute we spend with our partner, it costs a lot of seeds. It's very expensive seed to have a partner. So every minute we are in a relationship, it uses up a lot of good seeds. 65 per second. So the fact that we are having a relationship itself, it will kill the relationship. So it is but I think it's also a good thing that the troubles, the pain we feel in the relationship will remind us that if we need to keep planting seeds. In this way, we can have a beautiful relationship. Actually, when I heard you saying this, it's kind of a relief for me because sometimes when relationship went wrong, we tend to think, oh, it's our fault. We're not a good person. I don't deserve them or something like that. But it's not us. It's just the seed running out. So but isn't it a little bit depressing? Because every minute you spend in a beautiful relationship, you are killing your own relationship. Well, I don't, that's the way it is. Okay. So, and if you don't know what's happening,
you definitely think you're a bad person or they're a bad person or something. It's very sad to go through your whole life thinking, oh, other people have a good relationship, but I don't. There's something wrong with me. I'm a bad person or something like that. So if you realize that relationship comes from seeds, and like a tree, when the tree grows, the seed dies. And then your whole focus can change to planting new seeds.
Yeah.
I see.
And if you plant them with your partner, but imagine you're the kind of person who never heard about the seed system, then it's just hopeless. Then you just think, you go through your whole life thinking, I will never have a good relationship.
Yeah.
But what seed you have to, what do you call it? Reinvest. What's the reinvestment?
Yeah. So what seeds can we plant together, or yourself, both are okay, that we can keep the relationship going? One seed that I can think of, and that's what we have been trying to do, and we think it's powerful, is if a couple together, they can do something together to help another person, to help, like if you can go to the nursing home together, to help, to visit an old lady and then give them some company, some love together as a couple, I think it would be powerful, and it's a great seed to keep the relationship going.
Yeah, and also it may help that why we have this relationship. It's about the purpose. It's not. I think it's not just about the romance, love between each other. If the purpose of this relationship is not only just love each other, but also together with you two, you can serve more people, you can love more people. Your love or grow, your capacity to serve other people grow because of the relationship. I think if we can have this kind of motivation for keeping this relationship, and I think it will help us to plant powerful seeds for us to help to maintain a long-term and a happier relationship.
That reminds me of a question I want to ask Geshe Michael himself. Like, is there any saying in the ancient books that why people want to have a relationship? Why?
You know what I'm thinking of just now, okay? And I'm not being cynical, okay? But I love Seiji Takahashi's book, and we had him on the show. I hope he'll come again. And he's translating this ancient book about lojong, which means trying to develop love, trying to fight selfishness. And I love this idea of there's a theme in his book about peacocks. And peacocks are birds that have these long, beautiful feathers, many colors. And the ancient tradition is that they got these colors because they eat poison. And they eat different kinds of poison plants. And then they give them this beautiful color. And then the whole theme, it's about attack your problems and don't run away from them and don't avoid them. So, commit yourself to a relationship. And you're going to learn a lot. And you will learn things that you didn't learn by yourself.
Right.
And it won't be easy. But I think this peacock courage to look for difficult situations, look for difficult people, and jump into them and make a commitment. So my kind of personal theory is make the commitment. Don't be afraid to make the commitment.
Okay, have the courage.
Yeah. Like my lawyer, when I got married, recently we went to the lawyer and he said, don't give her half of your stuff, and make a special contract, And I said, no, I'm going to make a commitment. And he said, no, what if you change your mind, I said, no, I want to make a contract that I won't change my mind. But he said, but what if you do change your mind? And I said, he said, you're crazy, don't make a commitment like that. And I said, I like to make the commitment and then be a peacock and go work. I don't want to avoid the difficult relationship. I want to jump in and use it to become a better person.
Cool.
Like tie myself to this person and then use it to practice the seed system.
Wow.
We do recognize people who are doing that. Like we know many good friends who are great couples, like our DCI professor in the building, John Brady and Connie O'Brien, who were also in the show before. And we do recognize that when people commit to a relationship and they work on it, they have this peacock warrior. They both become more and more beautiful people, and then they both can help more people. So this is a great question. Thank you, Isabel. And we should wrap it up a little bit. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, we could talk about it for a couple of days, a couple of years.
Yeah.
But let's each give one suggestion.
Okay.
My suggestion is make a commitment to stay. Make a commitment to stay with this person and be brave. And when it gets difficult, you will learn more. So you are changing by making the commitment. So don't be afraid to make the commitment. Make the commitment, and then it will force you to use the seed system. What's your suggestion?
Well, first of all, I really agree with your idea.
Be careful.
Yeah. It's important to make the commitment, and it takes courage. And the thing I want to say is, once you have made the commitment, and there will be problems, and there will be difficulty, and it's always good to go back to two things. Number one, always go back to the pen. I think it gives you hope, because your partner is just like the pen. It's 100% coming from how you treat other people in the past. That means you can change them. The cool thing is, when you plant your seed beautifully, you don't even need to talk to them. You can just change your seed by changing your behavior little by little, because small seeds create much bigger results. So it's always good to go back to the pen, and then it will help you keep your relationship. And then always try to remember, if you can become a great example, if you can enjoy your relationship, having more and more beautiful relationship, then more people, because of your relationship, they will get benefit. They will see hope.
They'll get inspired.
They will get inspired, and they will have a much happier life.
What suggestion do you have?
Well, first of all, I agree with above mentioned by Gesh Michael and Stanley. And my advice is once we make commitment, and just Stanley mentioned that sometimes things go wrong, we have difficulties. Even if sometimes we get annoyed or we get even discouraged, or if sometimes things go wrong, but maybe at this time think about, well, because of this relationship, are we becoming a better person, you and your partner, to check if both of you are becoming better person, be kinder, be more sweet to other people, have more love to other people, and to think about, by being together, do both of you together have more capacity to help other people, to serve more people. And then it will give us more encouragement, give us more confidence in these relationships. And then because we know that we are making progress in this relationship. So to summarize, to think about, by being together, are we helping more people? And then if so, we know that this relationship is making progress. Yeah.
Cool. This is the show today, and
Do you have a next question?
yes, and I want to remind our audience, if you have any comment, and if you have any ideas about this video today, it's about relationship, please leave your comment in our Facebook page or on the YouTube channel that we are presenting.
And we'll try to answer them.
We will look at them for sure. And
we'll try to make some comments.
Yeah, we'll try to give you feedback too.
I'm not very good at it, but I will try.
Okay, Yeshu Michael said he will try. So let's see the next question for tomorrow. It's Zazi, Z-A-Z-I. Zazi from Mexico City.
Hi guys, this is Sassy from Mexico City, and my question is about women's safeness. As you may know, this March 8 is the International Women's Day, and right now in Mexico we're going through a big problem with gender violence, and I know this is a problem in many countries. I think the main problem is that women have been underestimated for a long time. So I have two questions. The first one is why women, and the second one is what seeds do I need to plant for see this problem disappear? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for
big
the question.
question.
It's
Yeah.
a big question.
Yeah.
And we hope that we can have more discussion next time.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Yay.